Good morning, guys. How's it going? We're starting the earlier programs now. Oh, why sit around and ponder? I saw Nick Martino was up in here. B&A, how's it going, brother? My Larmick, good morning. How is everybody doing this fine morning? I'm assuming everybody's getting ready for work, getting ready for their day. Got the coffee going. Can't show you the Phobos cup because coffee will end up everywhere, and we just can't have that kind of abuse. How are you guys doing this fine morning? It seems like Pat, you a little hungry? A lot of talk about breakfast going on. What's everybody got planned? Um, yeah. Pat's wanting the chocolate croissant. I laughed my ass off when I climbed down a ladder. Oh yeah, Pat, that is awesome. Yeah, B&A found his Leatherman Wave Plus after what, a year. Found it on the roof. How is that thing doing, man? How did it survive a year out there without yeah? Did it clean up nice? Is it still good to go? Yeah, that's awesome, Pat. And then I'm sure your son is going to appreciate it. Yeah, EDC as always. We'll start with our folder. Spider Co Sage 5 CF with custom pocket clip. Yeah, that's a EDC item for sure. We're also carrying the Leatherman Wave Plus, which is almost a week old now. We did get this last Friday, right before Friday's live. Our Leatherman Wave Plus with the black oxide finish. Yeah, nothing better than a boomerang knife or tool. Broke a spring that keeps the pliers spread. Might warranty it. Yeah, I'm sure they'll fix it, Pat. Definitely worth it, man. And not now you've got a tool with a great story, man. That is awesome. I'm glad you found it. I'm glad it didn't, grow feet and walk away. That scenario, somebody liked it more than you did. They just didn't want to pay the price. Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't one of those stories. I'm super glad you found it, dude. Stoked. Exotac fire sleeve with the Bic lighter in it. Always an EDC item. Yeah, it goes to show most homeowners never go up on. No, Nick, it just goes. Some of them only go up once a year, but hey, it's worth the trip. Yeah, everybody go up and do a roof inspection. You never know what you're gonna find. And then the fixed blade today. I am carrying the Phobos Tier One Mini, and this is a CPM 154 CM orange G10 liners with OD Micarta scales and Kydex with an easy clip on it. That is going to be today's EDC for the most part. Just found out Tim is going to be at my knife. Oh, Tim from TCal or a different Tim? Yeah, we'll still be doing our Friday evening live as well. We're definitely still going to have that tonight at 8 p.m. I'm gonna get pretty heavy into the Phobos knives tonight. So, but yeah, you're gonna see a lot more lives coming up. I'm gonna do some early morning. The mid morning stuff gets a little freaky, man. The trolls are getting out of bed and they're in here tweaking hardcore. So, yeah, I might do like mornings and evenings type of lives. Oh, Three Rivers Manufacturing, USA knife. Oh, nice, Pat. Yeah, keep us filled in on that, man. Yeah, I'm all about the USA knife makers. We won't say who we don't like. We don't want to hurt any fifis this early in the morning. Yeah, if we start pooping on Chinese knives this early in the morning, somebody's gonna have an aneurysm and be tweaking all day. And yeah, who knows, man. So we'll leave the poo poo Chinese knives out of the morning conversation. Although I think I just failed at that. But whatever. Hey, man, it's still fun to play the game. So how are things going in New York City, man? That's the talk of the, not just the talk of the town, but the talk of the country. Apparently, Mr. Mimdami there, who was like, "Yeah, I don't need your money. I don't want your money. Keep your money." Yeah, the first thing he did was he put out a little thing saying, "Okay, I want your money. I need your money. Send me money." Yeah, that's where that's going. And I have a feeling New York City is going to find out that that's not exactly what they wanted. But hey, they didn't give people too many options. They had Cuomo up in there, like trying to endorse him. Like, yeah, people may have forgotten 9/11 and voted Mandami in, but they didn't forget the COVID. And what a great job Cuomo did on destroying everybody's lives. So yeah, that was not much of a choice there, man. And it's hard to believe that those two scumbags are the only two people in New York City could promote for their mayor. There was a third guy who didn't even count, but it'll be just test to see who's actually Three Rivers. Yeah. But yeah, that's the craziness going on, man. I guess f around and find out, right? But from what I'm hearing, that's just New York City's a stepping stone. They were testing things out, and their real goal, they think the mecca is going to be Texas, where they're building their epic city where they don't care about U.S. laws. Not that any of them do. They all swear their allegiance to their little book there called the Quran. Yeah, man, the Muslim scourge is getting worse. I mean, if you want to know what's coming, just check out Europe. Check out London, check out Paris. it's uh, it's all coming our way. But I get to your screen by strolling past 30 Roblox brainbot scam streams. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Roblox stuff. Is that a game or um? Yeah, what's Oh, are we lagging or something, Nick? Is the live not working? Are you guys getting a lot of lag or something? It's early. It is, yeah, and there are a bunch of teens scamming kids by faking stuff. Yeah, the scams are plentiful. Hey, as the economy goes down, there's more and more people scamming. So yeah, guys, definitely be careful of the scams. They're everywhere. That's a nice part about being broke is you don't have to worry about buying into somebody's scam. Just too broke to buy the scam, even if you wanted to. So, oh, right on. Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, the audio's good and yeah, video's good, no lag. Sweet, sweet. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on. There's actually I've been watching a lot of videos trying to gather as much intel as I can. And I watched a good one this morning. It came out like 7, 8 hours ago now, 8 hours or so. It was put out by Melanie King. That's her channel. There's a Melanie Space and then King. She's got the whole she's one with the technologies with the picture in picture and screen in screen, and I've been looking into that as well. Billy Shears, no man, we don't have any AI on this channel. We're not even sure how that stuff works. Yeah, we don't even have picture in picture, man. We're like 1980s internet technologies here. We turn the camera on, we do stuff. Yeah, there's no AI, there's no yeah, there's no fancy editing. Um, Next level cubing. Good morning, good morning. What are we doing? We're talking about EDC current affairs and things like that. Got a couple of our regulars in here, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Just in general, nothing fancy. If you got questions, yeah, ask the chat, ask me. I'm doing my best to get as much information as I can. Yeah, I've got to work my way into some of that StreamYard or something like that because that way there I can put some video up to prove it. Yeah, a little bit of a channel shift at least for our lives. Um, yeah, we're doing the best we can here. So, but yeah, typically we get a lot into bushcraft gear. I guess you could say I'm a retired FAA certificated parachute rigger, so I'm quite used to paying attention to quality and details and things like that. So we're going to be getting into a lot more of that as the channel grows. But yeah, we're building the funds. Why do you have tools on your table? Are you working or something? Could you start a fire with just wood and shoelace? Yeah, most people, I don't know. I've never had to. That's just YouTube folklore, YouTube bushcraft bunk. Everybody's doing a friction fire. No, man, use a Bic lighter. Be real. Be honest. Be direct. Yeah, use a ferro rod. Use something. The whole friction fire thing. There's a lot of places you couldn't get a friction fire going if you wanted to. And yeah, why would you spend that much time doing it? Like I'm one with technology here when it comes to the outdoor stuff. Yeah, I'm not rubbing two sticks together to start a campfire. Um, you always use the fastest, easiest way to get your fire going. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you've got fire starters, use them. Yeah, that whole YouTube fantasy thing with SHTF, and I'm gonna run into the woods with a 2.5 pound backpack and save the world is just yeah. That's it's fun to watch. It's entertaining, but it's just not realistic. Not even remotely realistic. What if one doesn't have a big lighter though? Well, two is one, one is none. If you don't have a big lighter, carry a ferrocium rod. Carry some type of fire starters. There's plenty of other ways to go about things other than doing the YouTube Fantasy Island thing. Let me put one arm behind my back while I start. Yeah, Chad, what's happening? Good morning. How you doing, CG Slings? Awesome, awesome to see you. How are you doing this morning, man? Question: you have a 3 gallon jug and a 5 gallon jug. How do you get exactly 4 gallons? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to play the brain game at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, have a better plan so that you don't end up in that situation. Elite Playmaker, give me your number. What number is that? Look me up on Instagram. That's my number. You can hit the little phone thing on Instagram, and you can call the people that you're talking to on Instagram, dude. But yeah, I'm not putting my phone number out on YouTube. Like yeah, I could see the thing ringing off the hook from every troll on the planet. Yeah, Corey, you got special needs, man. Like why would you make that information public? You're just yeah, maybe stop your late night activities and you'll stop clogging up there, winner. Wow, the trolling is hard nowadays, isn't it? But hey, what can you say about that? Yeah, so the whole mom Dami thing, man. Yeah, that's quickly spiraling out of proportion. Yeah, Corey, please don't subscribe, man. We don't really like idiots in this crowd. Like if that's your opening introduction, then dude, you might want to work on your social skills about for a while, and then try coming back, dude. We don't want you subscribing, you tool. Yeah, Nick, I've definitely got coffee. In fact, yeah, we're gonna hopefully make this one last until Mrs. Bushcraft gets up, and then she can grab another one. So yeah, the missus is gonna be out of work for a little while. She's been medically taken out of work due to her shoulder. Those of you guys that know what's going on with that. So yeah, just in time for the holidays. But hey, it's I guess it's one of those things that it wasn't planned. It just the way things worked out. So I'm gonna be grinding the channel a lot harder. Hopefully, I can get the channel being productive and compensate for that. But yeah, don't tell me to ease up, buddy. I don't know who you are there, Corey Walton, but you came in here acting like a tool. Yeah, we just don't tolerate tools here. Don't be surprised if you get booted for being a tool. And you're the one that needs to ease up, dude. You're the one that came in stirring the pot, you special needs little turd nugget. Um, it's not the size that matters; it's how you use it. Yeah, like they say, it's not the size of the ship; it's the motion of the ocean. But it's going to take a long time to row to England in a dinghy. Don't fool yourself. Um, right. Um, yeah, okay. Thanks, Jess Gully. Gully, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Nick, it's getting progressively better. She's it's something that yeah, just it's a shoulder injury, it takes time to heal. Um, yeah, Jess Cully, thank you. We definitely appreciate that, man. That's outstanding. Yeah, wow, that definitely helps. Wow, I'm kind of beside my. We've never had that happen on the channel before, but yeah, yeah. How do you not use your arm? That seems impossible. Yeah, Nick, it almost does seem impossible. Yeah, I think I mentioned it before. I had torn my rotator cuff in my left shoulder, sky jumping, and I had to take 6 months off from work. That's when I went on my Skyrim binger. To not use my arm because there's no way you're not using your arm packing parachutes and jumping out of airplanes all day. So rather than going down to Florida for this season, I rented a cottage out there on Seneca Lake. And wow, Jay Cully, thank you, thank you, thank you. Floating heart for 10 jewels. We definitely appreciate it, man. Yeah, you pretty much, yeah, you gotta, um, yeah, they've got her, she's doing the physical rehab and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, it's not just complete immobilization because then you end up with muscle atrophy. So yeah, she's been going to rehab for it for like 2, 3 times a week for well, I think like the last 4 to 6 weeks, and she's gonna continue doing that. She's still going to physical therapy like twice a week. So yeah, hopefully it gets better sooner. I mean, I just want her to be happy and healthy. And yeah, when you're dealing with pain on a daily basis, it's kind of a little tough. I mean, she's still chipper, but um, hurts. I should become a voice actor. I've had a couple of people mention that. I don't know. I don't hear it that way, but I think everybody when they hear themselves, yeah. When I listen to myself, I'm just like I sound a bit stupid, don't I? But maybe not. Um, yeah, Nick, I'm the same way. I hate. Yeah, I hate when good people is in pain, and she goes to work, works hard, does a great job and everything. She takes pride in her work. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So it's a little tough on her too. I mean, her work performance has still been good, but yeah, they've taken her out of work for a while. She's on medical leave, so she had to apply for workman's comp. We're still waiting to hear about that, but yeah, but trust me, your voice is voice acting material. All right, man, I'll take your advice on that, but oh, Jess Kelly, how well do you know me? Yeah, I mean, I've been through the ringer once and twice in life, but I think everybody has by the time they're 50. Yeah, we're trying to get her better. She is get plenty of rest and plenty of rehab and stuff like that. Zoe the cat, welcome to the chat. Always a pleasure to see you. How goes it with you this fine morning? Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna be picking up more of the lives. Like I said, we did a random one yesterday. I think it was like 10:30 in the morning or something. But wow, that was troll central. Like the tools were coming out of the woodwork, and yeah, I don't even know. It was wild. I know B&A and Nick were here. That was extra special. I'm like, wow, we usually don't get trolled this hard, or at least it's been a while. But I don't know you at all. Just helping out the community just because I'm nice like that. Well, Jess, we definitely appreciate you, and yeah, yeah, I can't thank you enough. That is awesome. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you. Thanks for helping out the community. Yeah, it was interesting. It kind of seemed like there were some of the similar troll traits, but then there was some brand new ones. Um, Mo Patty, good morning, Trish. How are you doing? Awesome, awesome to see you. All right, well, Jess, we definitely appreciate you hanging out. I hope you have an awesome day. I'm sure everybody here is wishing you an awesome day. We definitely appreciate you. And yeah, thank you once again. Have a great day. You definitely deserve it. Pay the toll to the troll. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, B&A was he was in on the live while he was working. That was awesome. And of course, yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft, she was out taking care of business. So she got home and she's like, "You did a live?" And yeah, so it was great. I enjoy them. I'm getting more and more into them, trying to find more talking points. I don't want to go overboard on some stuff, but some stuff we just got to talk about. I agree. The men out there with young children and stuff like that, you shouldn't be speaking up. There's no point in putting your family in that situation, but all our kids are grown up. It's mostly just I got to worry about us. So recognize a name one of the dumb tolls dropped. I'm gonna get to the bottom eventually. Yeah, Pat, it's a rabbit hole, man, and it is. It's that regular. And you'll notice even, like in conversation, certain people have certain traits. Well, people have certain like ways they speak, the way they text in live chats and everything. There's definitely a pattern to the way people do things. And yeah, you can pick up on that pattern. It becomes more and more recognizable as you go along. I'm gonna confront the Troll King on his live once I gather all the receipts. Yeah, man. Did you check out those live chats from Tactical Llama? That's got a lot of the culprits right in there. If you watch his lives with the comments, there's certain ones like when he's talking about the knife Illuminati and stuff like that is was his the way he coined it. Yeah, there's a lot of the perpetrators are in that live chat. I'm not one to drop names and screen names and all that stuff in a negative fashion on YouTube, but the information's out there if you choose to find it. No, Trish, we know you're not a troll. Well, actually, we might be. We're joking about this. Here's a little humor. Um, I was talking with somebody yesterday. If he wants to shout it out, he can. But what if we came up with an anti-troll trolling unit? Oh, what did we call that? What did I call that, man? Like we're gonna do another patch, but instead of having the troll, we're gonna have like a good looking troll, like jacked up on gear, with the full battle rattle, the anti-troll troll unit or something. Um, yeah, I can barely keep my one account going, let alone having 20 alternatives. Yeah, that's the part I just, where do you have the time? Where do they have the time to do this? I think trolling is like really unemployed behavior or like people that are just like psychologically deranged. They have no control over their life, so they try to control things that they really shouldn't be trying to control. Wouldn't you need 20 separate phones to have that many accounts? Yeah, Nick, I don't even know how that works. It's a game I've never played. I don't really, I mean, I kind of understand it, but I don't fully understand it. It's just, why waste that much time and thought on something so ridiculously trivial and sophomoric? Trolls usually unemployed, antisocial, isolated people. Yeah, Zoe the cat's spot on. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. They're just, they're just butthurt that they didn't become the super name that they thought they were going to be, and or something. I don't know. Um, What's something you wish you started doing 5 years ago? Something I wish I started doing 5 years ago. I wish I had started YouTube 5 years ago when everybody told me I should. Actually, I wish I started it 15 years ago when everybody told me I should. I was bike touring the Eastern Seaboard in the off between seasons, and then during on season, I was skydiving and parachute rigging full time and adventuring here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, man. Yeah. So whatever you're thinking of starting, like, do it now. Like, don't put it off till tomorrow. Definitely do it now. Yeah. I mean, I would have been in a better situation 5 years ago. I mean, 5 years ago, I would have, yeah, I'd have no problems getting the StreamYard and all. What that's what it's called, right? StreamYard. Wow. Not only do I have to get it, I have to learn how to use it. But yeah, everything I could have thrown tons of money into the channel and done everything virtually overnight. That's taken me well over a year to do, and I'm like 6 months behind. So, well, yeah, that's a lot of adventures. Yeah, Kaz. Yeah, I lived a lot of adventures right up until 2020. 2020 was a turning point that changed my life forever. Yeah, I started rock climbing when I was like 10, whitewater kayaking and ice climbing at 14. I went in the army. It was kind of boring other than airborne school. But yeah, got right into skydiving, and yeah, I jumped out of airplanes for 27 years. And what an adventure along the way. I guess the skydiving lifestyle and occupation was like the main story. But there's all kinds of like sub chapters around that just Kaz, 2020 was when the Chinese AIDS hit. And as a professional skydiver, we couldn't skydive because we couldn't do tandems because of the 6 foot rule. You can't strap somebody to you and be compliant. We couldn't even load the airplane properly, so there was no money in skydiving. So most of the drop zones shut down. Like the one that I was going to work at, the one I was subcontracted through was down in Cape Cod. So Mass being Massachusetts, those that know, they were 110% compliant with all that crap. So yeah, we couldn't sky jump. We couldn't like. There's no parachutes to be packed if nobody's jumping, and we couldn't jump. So yeah, that eventually put like a third of all skydiving centers out of business. And along with that, all of us subcontractors, which most skydivers are subcontracted, that put us out of business, and it's just like a spiraling downhill ever that. And then, yeah, looking for jobs. Most jobs they call them ghost jobs. They're just collecting applications to make it look like they're hiring, but they're really not. No, but YouTube has changed so much. His last video summed up the course of YouTube. Nick, do you know who? Yeah, just keep getting caught up on the comments. But apparently, yeah. Oh, what's going on with that, Trish? Yeah, I think a lot of people are developing health problems with everything going on with the the economy and everything. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and YouTube's officially crashing the video for talking about the things you shouldn't talk about. Yeah, it's amazing how that works. Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about certain things. Go figure. And who's controlling the narrative, right? Oh, little hazy. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the states. Yeah, love Scotland, love Ireland, love England. Don't like what's going on there. But hey, welcome to the chat. Yeah, we I follow a Scottish channel, Jess Outdoors. She does a lot of outdoor stuff there in Scotland. Awesome channel. She's a really good person too. Always happy and chipper. He's stopping YouTube because of EDC World. Yeah, Trish, it really has. Um, and there's a certain group of people that go out there and foul it up for everybody. It's sad but true. They've run several channels off that I used to watch. There's just, hey, certain people want to run stuff and they want to censor and control everything. Um, Buddy, what kind of tools are these from left to right? We've got the Phobos knives, Tier 1 Mini and CPM 154 CM with a PVD coated blade, orange G10 liners, and OD Micarta scales. Then we've got the Exotac fire sleeve, which is a nice waterproof floating container there for your Bic lighter. I think this one's actually dead, right? Got to get more Bics. Flick the Bic there. And then our folding knife, now we're coming up on 1 year, is which I'm stoked about. This is my one and only everyday EDC, no lies, no BS folder, the Spyderco Sage 5 CF with custom pocket clip from our friend BNA. He gifted me this a little over a year ago, and I rock it every day. No BS there. Legit, this is my pocket banger. That is, yeah, I love this knife. I'm going to get into knife stories tonight because I don't have a lot of knives, but my knives have got great stories. And then coming up on 1 week old at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, this is my Leatherman Wave Plus, which I bumped my surge out of my EDC for something a little lighter, a little easier to carry for, those urban adventures. We've got the Leatherman Wave Plus. And then we have our coveted Troll Hunting Club patches. The Troll Hunting Club F Around and Find Out division, and the ever cherished Troll Sniper patch. For the moderators that boot trolls on the regular, we definitely appreciate you. We sent some of these out to some of our moderators. They are for sale. Anybody interested? They're $20 for the set. That includes shipping. B Shady, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Yeah, man, I've got my flashlight. Where did it go? I've been messing around with gear and doing stuff, but yeah. I usually carry one of the small AAA flashlights. This is the Streamlight Micro Stream. I also have a Olight i3T2 EOS that I carry from time to time. You explained about every tool very well. Great professionalism. Beast, thank you very much, man. Yeah, man, I spent my entire life talking to people, almost all day, every day, unless I lock the door. And then everybody knows I'm busy working and leave me alone. But yeah, I've worn just about every hat in skydiving, and explaining stuff to people is just part of my day. If you're going to take somebody on a sky jump, I guarantee you they've got questions. Dino Reuters? Man, I'm an American. I'm done with the Democrat, Republican, left versus right, black versus white, Christian versus this, the whole 9 yards. The division has to stop somewhere. And yeah, that's where I stand on that. I'm an American with American values. I'm smack dab in the center. There's the left wing, right wing, same bird. I like to say left cheek, right cheek. I'm just the asshole in the middle. That's exactly the way it works out. They both got stuff going on. Yeah, the left has its issues, and hey, good old Trump betrayed everybody. So, yeah, I know a lot of people love Trump, but the facts are the facts. He ran for office on the thing that he was going to release the Epstein files, and then when people asked about it, he's like, "We're still talking about this? Who's that guy?" And then he tried convincing everybody that everything going on was a hoax. Sorry, dude, I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I'm not playing your stupid games. He also ran on no new wars, but look, hey, we're going after the Mexican cartels. We're going after Venezuela, and where's the other place we're going after? It doesn't matter. It's all a mess. So yeah, I'm definitely right leaning. I support Second Amendment rights, First Amendment, like all that good stuff. But as far as being divided into a party, no, I'll listen to what everybody has to say. Really, that's the best way to do it. It's an old school skill called critical thinking. Take all the information, take it from the left, take it from the right, make your own decision, come to your own conclusion, and then plan your action. If all Americans thought like you, we might be okay. Yeah, I wish, hey, man, maybe more will. That's what the platforms are for. That's why I started this channel, to get into bushcraft and outdoor and camping and adventure. But what's a precursor to that? Why are you learning these skills? Well, hey, with everything going on, you might have to leave some Muslim Sharia law city and survive on your own or something. So that's something I don't approve of, is they're not immigrating, they're not assimilating, they're here to take over. They want Sharia law. The Muslim scourge is real. Yeah, the new wars may be invisible, and it's not like traditional war. You know, like people are talking about civil war. They're not lining up in ranks and doing drill and ceremony and taking shots at each other. No, there's like the cyber warfare, the internet warfare, the economic warfare. Yeah, there's so much. It's so much more than two lines of people shooting at each other. There's just yeah, they're just doing the divide and conquer thing, and to a certain degree, it's working. It's definitely worked. They've got like how many people here Gen X, man? I don't really remember ever seeing racism. Like when I was in high school and stuff like that. Mrs. Bushcraft will tell you the same. We went to the same high school. We didn't have racial issues and stuff. Now it's like an everyday occurrence. So they've stirred the pot, brought back a lot of huge issues just to cause the controversy and everything. I think knowing how to make things just from the environment around you is something to. Yeah, Nick, I completely agree. Yeah, being creative and at minimum, it's like sparks thought. It creates it promotes creativity. Being able to fabricate something while you're out there that you need is just. It's always been a fun thing to do. I've never been like, oh no, I forgot my pot hanger. It'll be like, all right, we can whittle one out of a stick or something. Like creating solutions to problems is actually it's a fun thing to do. Almost time to file a floor. Oh yeah, we're working again today, Pat. That's awesome, man. Good for you, dude. We always appreciate you being here, brother. Um, Here in Denver, Colorado, we need the critical thinkers you were talking about, Bush. Yeah, man, we need them everywhere. Like I think that one of the major problems going on, and it's affecting so many people, is oh, and that Melanie King brought it up. It's American guilt. Like, why is it we have to feel guilty about everything going on around the world? Like, and then we're so empathetic now. It's like weaponized empathy. We have to let everybody coming in this country, even if they're going to be in Dearborn, Michigan, running around chanting "Death to America, Death to America." It's like, oh no, Mister American peoples, you have to let them do that. It's freedom of speech. Oh well, how far do you go with that crap? Like, if you're in front of me screaming "Death to America," I'm kicking your freaking teeth in. Like, there's enough of that. Like that whole yeah, weaponized empathy. They've weaponized our legal system against us. And it's the oligarchs versus the people. It's no longer left versus right. People have to stop thinking that. It's about up versus down. It's about the billionaires trying to take over everything, trying to destroy everything. And that Memdami that got voted in New York City, he was sponsored by George Soros' son there. What's his name? Alex Soros and several other billionaires from the land of the tiny hat people that, why the hell are we still supporting them? Like, what do they really do for the United States of America? Absolutely nothing. They're a leech. They're a parasite. We've given them, what, over $300 billion. Meanwhile, we still have homeless people. The land of the tiny hat people, they got free health care, free college, all off the American dime. The guy who's talking real. Take notes, guys. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, no filter here. I'm well known for not having a filter. If I think it, I speak it, and that's the way it should be. That's your First Amendment. I'm not promoting violence or condoning that you go out there and or any of that stuff. It's just a matter of weaponized empathy is to the point where like you should be empathetic to a certain degree, but we can't be empathetic to the point that it destroys us. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, back in the day, I had a skydiving buddy of mine explain it to me. Like, I would help out anybody and everybody. If I had like I was making more money than I thought I ever would, had more to do, and if you needed help, I'd help you out, and I would help people out all the time. Well, people started taking advantage of that. And then it came to the end of the season that I'd helped so many people out. I was now in a bad situation. So at the end of the season, when I should have been, packing bags and heading to Florida, I was like, oh, I don't have enough money to do this trip. So I had given away so much that I couldn't help myself. And that's where like weaponized empathy comes from. Like they've convinced us that we have to help every country around the planet that we're $38 trillion in debt. We can help out Israel with hundreds of billions of dollars, and they can get free college, they can get free health care, they can control all kinds of stuff. but we're $38 trillion in debt. We have homeless veterans. We have people that can't afford food. We let everybody come into this country. Yeah, come and live the American dream. And now Americans can't get jobs. Like we brought in tens of millions of people, and yeah, we're giving them welfare. We're putting them up in five-star hotels. We're giving them free cell phones, free everything. And meanwhile, you've got Americans that can't find a job, that can't make ends meet. Oh, do I pay the electric bill or do I pay groceries? We're gonna split it down the middle. So that's how weaponized empathy works. Like we've got to help everybody to the point that we can't help ourselves anymore. We've helped every country, every immigrant, every asylum seeker, every illegal alien, and we can't like get our veterans in a five-star hotel. We're not even putting our veterans in three-star hotels. But if you come here with like wanting a death to America, hey, you're getting everything for free. Like we're financing our own demise. Like that's how ignorant we become. And there's certain people out there. If you like, I support ICE. Like we can't have this anymore. We don't need any more of those H-1B visas because we have Americans that need jobs. Um, like we've got 340 million people. You're telling me there's not smart people in this country that can do that? There most definitely is. But these big corporations are bringing in H-1B visas because they can get away with paying them 20 grand a year and taking back 15 of it in room and board and housing and stuff. So that's why they do it. If they paid an American, they'd have to pay a real salary. So it's kind of like formalized slave labor. It's the modern version of it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we need better education. We need less woke stuff. We don't need to be pushing somebody's gender. We need to teach them how to balance a checkbook. We need to teach them how to be financially responsible. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Oh, BNA, you're not missing anything, dude. MREs are overrated. I mean, unless you want to cure a case of the runs, because yeah, a couple MREs will bind you up good, dude. You're not missing anything. Don't feel bad. Make your own and put like components in it that you like. Yeah, we need better education, especially on how to think of for. Yeah, yeah, Kaz, that's exactly it. Yeah, think for yourself, critical thinking, gather information from all parts you possibly can, no matter what the subject is, and then make your own decision on what's good or what's bad. That whole echo chamber, following the crew, all that stuff. Neil McKenzie, hello, hello, welcome to the chat. How you doing, brother man? Always good to see you. How you doing this fine morning? Actually, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, it's evening for you, right? Right, Neil? Um, no, but they aren't going to have. Um, Jenna King Flight. Oh yeah, those people smart taking not use the like it's for outing for cutting heat. Yeah. What like how's people smart taking knives the like it's for cutting heaps? I have no idea what that dude's talking about. Yeah, yeah, the Department of Defense got switched to the Department of War. Yeah. Um, that just sounds like you're looking for a fight, huh? You are a real consultant to Congress. I bet you can lead negotiations to end government shutdowns in the future. Yeah, I highly doubt that, Dino. Yeah, I'm not quite that qualified. There's people far more qualified, but hey, yeah, all we got to do is get the demon rats to vote, right? Hasn't it gone up to vote like 14 times now, and they've shut it down every time because they want like 1.5 trillion dollars to support illegal immigrants? What's something you wish people asked about more often? Uh, I wish it. I don't know. I think that politics have gotten so argumentative that people don't typically ask about what's going on with politics, what's really going on. And I think that more people should question that. Like, yeah, it's tough to say. Oh, Patty, you're taking off. Thanks a lot, Trish. We definitely appreciate you being here. We'll catch you on the next one. We're gonna do the Phobos thing tonight. So yeah, we'll definitely be live again 8 p.m. tonight. I just wanted to get up here early and yeah, check it out. Nice insight though about yeah, it's becoming more and more common. And that's how they're overrunning us. That's how we're allowing like people that are an enemy to this country that wish poor bad ill upon this country. We're letting them in like it's no big deal. And yes, I am specifically talking about Islam and the Muslims and what they're doing. If you're curious about what's going on, like I said, check out what's going on in Europe. We're only a few months behind them. And it's not going to be long. And they're already doing it. They're already pushing for Sharia law. They're already screaming, chanting "Death to America" in the streets. They're trying to build their own epic city in Texas, where and one thing you got to understand about Muslims is they're religious fanatics. All they care about is their religion. All they care about is their Quran. All they care about is Sharia law. They have no respect for American law. They have no respect for American culture. And yes, we do have a culture. Stop buying into that load of BS that Americans have no culture. We got plenty. It's just not their culture and they don't approve of it. That's where the problem is. But yet that weaponized empathy, we keep letting them into this country and now it's becoming an issue. Like yeah, ask England and Ireland and all them. They can't wave their flag there anymore because a certain group, the Muslims, the Islam people, find their flags offensive. They find our flag offensive. It's why we don't say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore, because somebody found that the mention of God in it was offensive to them. It's not Merry Christmas anymore because that's a Christian based holiday. It's Happy Holidays because it's offensive. If it's offensive to you, if you can't assimilate to our culture, you're not welcome here. Go away. How is Texas doing his somewhere to live? I don't know. Texas is next, Kaz. They're that look into that epic city that the Islam's building in Texas. And what is it, Governor Abbott there? He tried to stop it, but he's been overridden. Lots of people on the payroll in this country. Yeah, so they're going to be building their epic city there. Oh, 36 degrees out. Yeah, Pat, it's that time of the year, man. Get out the thermals. What happened to wanting to help others just to help others? If Islam takes over the world, the human race will become extinct. Yeah, Neil, I think you're right on that, man. Yeah, they're not the religion of peace. That's just their false facade that they like to put out. And that's how, oh, we're just a religious we're peaceful religious people, and once you let them in and their numbers grow, then they take over. Like I said, check out London, Paris, England, Germany, France, Ireland, every place that they've overwhelmed the population. As soon as their numbers become big enough, then it's you can't own a dog, you can't eat bacon, you can't drink, you can't do this. If you get caught stealing, we're going to chop your hand off. That's the way it should be. Yeah, that is really serious what's happening. They can't wave their flag. USA has on its own law and constitution. If they don't, yeah, exactly, beast. And but we've got like, that's the whole thing. The real threat to the United States right now, it isn't mass immigration. It isn't Islam. It isn't a lot of that stuff. It's these weaponized empathy, middle-aged white liberal women that think like we have to accept everybody. And they're like, if you check the voting stats for New York City, the vast majority of voters were like white liberal women. They just, I don't know what they got bored. I don't know what their problem is, but yeah, they're voting in this crap. In fact, I think, like everybody jokes, Idiocracy was meant to be a comedy, but it became a documentary. The same is coming true for Escape New York City. Remember Snake Plissken, everybody? Yeah, I'm sure the Gen X guys know him for sure. But yeah, that's kind of like, hey, wall it up and let socialism, let communism, or as the current label they're using is democratic socialism. That's the new socialist, communist, Marxist movement. And they just took over the biggest city in the world. The most powerful city in the world was just overrun by Democrat socialist Islam. Um, it's still Friday, I think. At least here it is. Um, JDZ, yeah. Well, hey, they're doing it in the States and it's working, man. It really is. How many times have you seen some of these freaks be like, "Oh, the U.S. flag offends me. It scares me." Well, then get the hell out of here. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? There's nothing scary. Well, I suppose if you know you've got the Marines coming at you and they're waving the U.S. flag, you should be scared. But within the continental United States, if you see a U.S. flag, there's nothing to be scared of. They're just like being a bunch of drama queens and yeah. One more sleep cane. um, oh yeah, it's whoops, we got the beeper thing going. See, amateur hour guys. I'll get better at this eventually, maybe next year. Um yeah, yeah, Nick is right. It's definitely not all in New York. If you go upstate New York, it's a different place. Like if you go to the Florida Keys versus Florida mainland, two different worlds. New York City and Long Island, completely different place than upstate New York or Western New York. New York City almost. Yeah, if you could just cut that portion off and have it float away, I think New York would be the perfect place to live. Yeah, they've got all like up in the Finger Lakes region. Yeah, Nick's right. It's not all in New York. It's just the sanctuary cities, really, those blue cities that are, harboring illegals and stuff. Like, I don't know. I guess our Constitution doesn't count. Um, but yeah, yeah, Geo. And if you look at what's going on in the UK and all the Western European countries, that's exactly what they're doing here, and they're bragging about it. Like I said, that woman Melanie King. She did a great video on it, and she's got all that high tech picture stuff and everything. Very well edited, very well put together video. I think it was about 28 or 30 minutes long. She put it out about 8 or 9 hours ago. And I'm fixing to go watch it twice just to make sure. Like I want to put all the pieces back, together as well as other sources. But Melanie King, she did an outstanding job on that video. I highly recommend if you've got a little bit of time. Actually, it's that good of a video. Make the time to watch it. Um, and she's got the clips of these, dirty little rat bastards, like straight up saying, like, we're gonna convert everybody to Islam. Your children will be Muslim. Your neighbors are gonna be Muslim. Sharia law will rule the land. All that, death to America stuff. We don't care about your laws. All the propaganda and stuff they put up. Yeah, UK, Canada, and half the US is going to have to start our own country. This shit's out of control. No, JDZ, I'm going to disagree with you there. We shouldn't have to start our own little separate country. We should take back what's ours. That's what I'm saying. Petition your politicians. Most of them are bought out nowadays, anyhow, bought out by corporate and foreign entities. But yeah, hey, man, do things the right way. Yeah, petition your politicians. Legally protest, peacefully protest. I'm not sure. Yeah, use the modern definition if you want to. And then if that doesn't work out, then yeah, we need to call for the Marines to vacate the Islam scourge. And we'll let the Air Force join in. The Zoomies can drop stuff from up, but whatever it takes to get rid of this. It's yeah. They're not here to assimilate. They're here to overtake, and that's going to be stopped one way or another. Yeah, Kenneth, you're right. Most don't listen, but make it so that they do. And some are listening too. We've got I don't know. Nick Freitas seems pretty legit. He's a former Green Beret who's in Congress now. He has social media, has YouTube and all that stuff. Maybe we need more men like Nick Freitas to lead the way. Yeah, New York City in the early 90s was awesome. Like everything, it's been the past 10, 20 years, 10, 15 years that things have really gone downhill. Ever since Barack Obama was it's been like crashing hard ever since then. And why we let somebody who why we let a Muslim become president? The dude, it make it make sense, guys. It does. It makes literally no sense to me whatsoever. Um, yeah, everything back at 80s and 90s were good years. It started getting worse in the 2000s, and then, yeah, I don't know how, but then, yeah, all the Kool-Aid colored hair people started coming out and tweaking about this, that, and the other thing, and um, yeah, exactly. Let's get it back the way it used to be. Like, hey, I grew up, I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, and life was good. We were like right in the middle of everything that was, Gen X. Technology was becoming a thing, but we still lived outdoors. Yeah, 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 we need to bring it back the way it was. And in order to do that, we need to get rid of everybody that's trying to change our culture. Yeah, they want everybody indoors, antisocial, all that stuff. Like, they go out of their way to do it. 2020 was the biggest, like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Why did you make it such a big deal? It makes no sense. Well, it makes sense. That's how they find out who was going to, lockstep and fall in line and obey orders. And they can't make it make sense. It's not supposed to. Yeah. Why are being racist about sensitive topic like religion? Hope you're having a good day. Mr. Bob, why are you being racist about sensitive topic like religion? Well, I'm not being racist against religion. That's something completely different. I'm not discriminating against the people of any race that's in that religion. I'm discriminating. I'm not even discriminating against the religion. They can do whatever they want to do in the Middle East, but they're not doing it here. It's about our Constitution. It's about not changing the laws to Sharia law. Yeah. Like any race can be of Islam. Any race can be a Muslim. It's not about race. It's about the Islam invasion. It's about them changing the way we live. It's about them telling us our flag is offensive. You can't eat pork. You can't drink. They don't like dogs for some reason, so they don't even want you having dogs anymore. Check that out in England. If there's a Islam activity, if the Muslims are out doing their call to prayer, you can't have dogs around them anymore now. You can't say all kinds of stuff. You're not even allowed to say mom and dad anymore because a certain group, the Islam group, finds it offensive. I don't quite understand that, but that's what's going on, and that's what's coming here. So people need to start speaking up to prevent this. Can eliminate. They can't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Nick. That's what I said. Yeah, who's racist? Nobody's racist. It's I don't. You can say I'm discriminating against Islam, but I'm not. I'm more protecting American culture. Now, if they came here to assimilate and they weren't trying to tell everybody what to do, it wouldn't bother me. But yeah, they want to play their call to prayer over the speaker for 5 hours a day, and they're trying to push. Christians can only pray in their church, but they can block traffic with their little fancy welcome mats while they do their freaking head thumping off the ground, whatever you want to. It doesn't matter. Who are the clowns voting for that new mayor in New York? They forgot about 9/11. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they completely forgot about 9/11. That's what a lot of people are asking. Like, you just voted in the turd nuggets that want to attack us. And to be honest, a lot of it, that's where the illegal immigration comes in. That's why they stand so hard for it. Is if you there's a video out already where people are trying to show their ID um, when they went to go vote, and they refuse to look at the ID because they don't want. If we had mandatory voter ID, the illegals wouldn't get to vote, but the illegals go in and vote. It wasn't Americans that voted them in mostly. It was illegal immigrants, and that's why they protect them so much. Also, by having the illegal immigrants there, it increases the census. It gives them more congressional seats. It gives them more votes in the electoral college because the census system doesn't separate um, non-citizens from U.S. citizens. It's just the overall census. So that's why they promote so much of that. Yeah, Pero guy. Yeah, we do the Englidy. I'm not sure what you're writing there, but yeah, you got to put it in English, or I'm just going to delete it because I have no clue what you're saying, man. And the YouTube live chat doesn't have a translation, so yeah, I'll remove your comment. And yeah, comment in English. If you can't, then you can't comment here. And you obviously understand English enough that you replied something, or you're just, yeah, whatever. If it's not in English, we just delete it. I'm not taking the chance. Yeah, I have no clue what you're saying, so I'm not going to be held accountable for it. Dane, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, Tim, Ohio has voter ID. Yeah, it should be like a federal thing. Like, yeah, if you're voting for any type of public office, it should be voter ID required, U.S. citizens only, all that good stuff. There are good people in a religion, but there's as bad people in religion. What you think of the argument? Um, there's the whole there's good people in every crowd and there's bad people in every crowd. That's true, but the majority of it is not that case. Not in this case, at least. Yeah, I agree. Same thing here on YouTube. I'll tell you right out now, there are some outstanding knife channels out there. There really are. But there's some that suck. The people that run them are just awful, rotten people. Same thing with bushcraft channels. There's some pretty good channels out there, but some of them are bunk. They're rotten people. I'm going to start posting their comments once I learn how to do it. There's a couple channels out there that I used to watch them, and then I started my own channel. They started commenting on my channel, and I was like, "Wow, dude, you're a scumbag." That's just the way it is. You're absolutely right. It's not all of them, but in some cases, it's most of them or some of them. Um, yeah. Good morning, Dane. Oh, Dane. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Cannon Semper Fi from an Army guy, brother. How you doing this fine morning? Always a pleasure to see you, dude. I have thought a lot about you since our last conversation. I'm not gonna lie about that, dude. The information that you provided during that live was just outstanding. That's the kind of immigration Americans want. That your family is like, man. You're the poster child for why we should keep legal immigration, dude. Absolutely, brother. And we absolutely love you for sharing that with us. See, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah, it's not all of them, it's some of them. Oh man, Cannon is one of those dudes where yeah, he's the good guy. We absolutely love him, man. His family immigrated here. They assimilated to US culture. They raised our man Cannon here under American values and everything. The man goes on and serves in the US Marine Corps. He's a positive contribution to society. Yeah, he's the poster child for legal immigration. We absolutely love that dude. In fact, we keep a couple crayons around just for Cannon, just to show our appreciation. Military joke if you don't get it. um, Goddamn crayon eaters, we love them. Do you think a Somali should be a mayor if the candidate is going to change something for the good? Um, well, at this point, no, man. I think it should be native born Americans only. My opinion. The problem is it hasn't worked out that way. Ilhan Omar is a spitting example of that. The Somali crowd in general, man. Did people forget Mogadishu? Did people forget Black Hawk Down? Did people forget two of our Delta operators' bodies being drug around paraded behind a car? I'm not a lot of sympathy for Somalians. They come from a failed state. Somalia is just it's it's a it's a poop hole to say the least, man. It is just absolutely horrible. And they've just proven themselves to be a despicable people overall. Most of them are scamming our system, whether they're collecting EBT or welfare. They're making fake claims about having autistic children to collect the money. Um, and that's actually one win for us. That Fahadi guy, whatever, the Somalian that was running for mayor of Minneapolis, 35-year-old guy who was endorsed by Ilhan Omar, which we won't even get into Ilhan Omar. That's a 2-hour conversation. Yeah, he actually did make it into mayor. So that was a good thing. I don't even know who ended up winning that race, but um, doing it right, building it the proper way. I didn't. They come from a war-torn country. Yeah, Nick. It's a broken country. It's one of the most corrupt countries out there. That's why their country, their government doesn't work. It's a broken state. It's been like that for decades now. That's why a lot of them came here, refugees, asylum seekers, and stuff like that. Like Ilhan Omar is a great example of trash that we let in. She came here as a refugee. She was given everything. And then now she's in our government. Tell Americans are stupid. Americans are ignorant. Death to America. She swears allegiance to Somalia. It's not hard to find footage of her preaching about it. Even Trump's been talking about it. Like, this is the kind of trash we import now. It's not all of them, but it's definitely some of them. And Ilhan Omar and Somalis are a great example. They've stolen hundreds of millions of dollars. I think it's over $1 billion now. They keep finding all the corrupt stuff that went on in Minneapolis. Also, although it's not Somalian, it's definitely Islam, but the stuff going on in Dearborn, Michigan is absolutely pathetic as well. You've got an Islamic mayor, a Muslim mayor, telling a white Christian American that they're not welcome in Dearborn, Michigan. That one was enough. I don't even know how that guy's still in office. I really have no clue. Um, where am I from? I'm from New Hampshire. Where are you from? Yeah, so and now people are catching on to all the ridiculous stuff going on, and it's about time. Like people need to start taking action. People need to vote these people out of office. Yeah, we're not gonna submit to Sharia law. It's not gonna happen. But if we're not careful, they're gonna make it happen. And they're openly they've got enough numbers now that they're openly bragging about the fact they want to take over everything. They'll tell you straight out, we're not here to assimilate, we're here to overtake. They want your children to be Muslims. They want Sharia law to replace the Constitution. And they don't beat around the bush about it. They want to get rid of the Constitution and replace it with their Sharia law. It's going to be based off of the Quran. That's how they run that stuff. That stuff needs to come to an end. That needs to be stopped. And yeah, if you're not going to assimilate to America culture, American law, then you're not welcome here. I'll say it out loud. If we became the greatest nation in the world for a reason, and we're about to be overrun because we got to feel sorry for everybody in the world. It's not our job to police everybody up. In fact, I'll even say if these people that are coming here are the best that these countries has to offer, then it's very evil of the American people to allow that. Like they need to go back to their countries. If they're the best of the best that that country offers, they should be there bettering their own country, bettering their own situation, changing their laws in their countries to suit their needs, to build better infrastructure in their country. But that's not the case. They're the lowest scumbags of the world. They're coming here to live off of our system. We're basically paying for our country to be overrun. Well, there will be some missing peoples around here if they try that bullshit. Yeah, just getting caught up on the comments. I'm from Central Asia. Do you celebrate the anniversary of the Great Socialist Revolution? No, we don't celebrate any socialist, communist, Marxist shit. Yeah, I've got we're not that. Yeah, and that's the problem. We don't need to be celebrating that shit. We should celebrate the 4th of July. We should celebrate Veterans Day, Memorial Day. Yeah, we should celebrate American holidays and American-based holidays. All right, hey Pat, we thank you for being here, brother. It's always a pleasure. Love you up in the conversation. Have a safe day. Make sure you start with all your fingers and thumbs and all that. Finish the day with it, right? We got a lot of wells here from time to time. They sing. Yeah, Pat. Stay dry. Stay safe, man. Have an awesome day, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one for sure, Pat. If I don't talk to you sooner, but yeah, have an awesome day, brother, and hopefully you had a good breakfast, dude. Michelle, good morning. Hello, welcome to the chat. Yeah, Nick, I'm definitely doing the 8 p.m. Eastern live chat tonight. Phobos Friday. Yeah, we're coming up on a year of doing lives on Friday night, so most definitely, man, I'm looking forward to it. I will be going through my Phobos knives lineup for sure on Phobos Friday, especially with the holidays coming up. You know, you never know if Fatty Santa's going to bring you something. Um, I don't think he eats breakfast. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big breakfast eater either. Yeah, coffee, a little snack or something, and that's about it. I'm more like I usually get hungry around brunch time. Have a little snack before lunch and then lunch, and unless I'm cycling, man, then I can eat like a New Englander's breakfast. Is there any communists in New Hampshire? I'm sure there are. They're embedded everywhere nowadays. I know we've got cartels in New Hampshire now. That's how broken our system is. We've got cartels in New Hampshire that are trafficking stuff down through Canada, and they're using the homeless encampments as cover, and they're going from like one homeless encampment to another, and they're trafficking illegal narcotics and stuff down to Lowell, Mass, for further distribution, as well as distributing around here. Like, yeah, New Hampshire's New Hampshire's being overrun by the Kool-Aid colored hair people, and we've got more than our fair share of immigrants here. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people from India too, because they tend to just throw their trash on the ground, and the amount of public trash has just gotten way out of control. Yeah, I agree with you, Nick, on that. Yeah, if there's like we need to take more action within our borders and whatever's going on outside of our borders, who really cares at this point? We need to take care of things in our borders. We need to take care of the cartels, the illegal immigrants, the people that are scamming the system, taking advantage of our good nature, of our welfare system. I mean, like I said, our country is $38 trillion in debt. We shouldn't be helping out like, hey, I'm sorry, the rest of the world, but you're gonna have to wipe your own ass for a few years while we fix things here. Like, yeah, hey Africa, you need more wells, get a shovel and dig them. Like, we don't need people going there and doing that. Um, yeah, and it just goes on and on and on. Um, yeah, they're already better set up. Let's break that down. Yeah. Yes, send in our Green Berets, send in our Navy SEALs. Yeah, have the Air Force Zoomies doing recon, whatever it takes to clean up America. Walt Liquor added, excuse me. Oh, did I miss a comment or something? Yeah, Tim, I'm not doing firearms. I get into like full bushcraft kits. I'm an FAA certificated master parachute rigger. I did R&D and test jumping on wingsuits, different harness container systems, all that. I know a lot about sewing. I'm getting more and more into sewn products. So most YouTubers, they look at it, they can look at a backpack or something and say, that's well made. I'm the damn parachute rigger that sews like everything. So I can look at it and tell you if it's actually well made or not. It's not a hunch I have. It's not. In fact, I don't take kickbacks from companies typically, stuff like that. Yeah, I do plan to get into a lot more soft goods. It's just stuff's really expensive, and yeah, we're on a budget and got a lot going on in life. The missus was just she's going to be on medical leave from work for a while, so yeah, we're getting what is it, that 40% pay cut. So yeah, I've been outdoor gear my entire life. I know the difference between quality and junk. Um, yeah, I oddly, man, I'd like to get a quality control job or something at a decent company, but most of them don't want to pay. So, um, yeah, everything in due time, Nick. Yeah, it's all coming together, man. It's taking a little longer than expected, but we will prevail. We're not giving up. We've more than hit our fair share of speed bumps and things like that over the past few months, starting all this up. But hey, we're still in the game. So yeah, and that's one of my things is yeah, when you look at most YouTubers and they're busting out a sewn product and they're like, oh, this looks good to me, a couple of loose threads here, they really don't know what they're looking at. They can't tell the difference between a bar tack and a box X, amongst other things. So Not to discredit everybody on YouTube reviewing gear, but most of them just don't have that kind of experience where I want to say it was my 9 to 5 job, but it wasn't. It was about 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. job. And yeah, when I look at a sewn product, I can tell you what type of thread it's made out of. All that good. You like, yeah, I get in, I tear it down. Like if you're down with OCD, then yeah, that's how I inspect gear. And it comes from decades of experience. Not I got a YouTube channel, and this backpack company gave me a backpack, and I'm gonna post their affiliate link and get 8% for every purchase. That's not how my system works. I was a parachute rigger for the better part of 3 decades, and I'm just like repurposing my skill sets. I just got a knife in the Sharpen. It's a Benchmade with S90V. It's breaking my balls. I never ran into this. Um, I always learn important, valuable knowledge and information from him here. Oh, thanks, Nick. We appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's what we try to do. I am I am shifting polls a little bit, shifting topic because man, I just care so much about this country and the people on this channel, man. This channel has awesome, like an outstanding community. So I know people get busy. So if I can gather the information and at least give my perspective on it, maybe it'll help out in some way. The more people who get speaking up, the better it is for America. I know I have a small platform. I don't have the 1 million subscribers and all that stuff, but heck, if I can tell a few people and they tell a few people, then that's how word gets out. And the channel's constantly growing. So which knife is it? Wait, I have an altitude from BM and S90V. It's a beast. Make it. Oh, Walt, what are you using to sharpen? Are you using like traditional stones? You might want to upgrade to like diamond plates. Yeah, when it comes to those harder stainless steels and stuff, I learned that as well. Like, yeah, traditional like an Arizona stone is not going to work. Uh, you're going to wear out the stone before you sharpen certain knives. Yeah, you got to upgrade to like the diamond plates. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Trend makes some good diamond plates if you're looking, Walt. Um, someday my grill sharpener is the Wicked Edge, the Wicked Edge Gen 4 Pro with micro adjust. Someday we'll be rocking that with diamond stones and stuff like that. I appreciate all information you give. The ability to give that kind of information is rare. I need to learn what to do. Well, I appreciate that, Trish. Yeah, I don't. It's like anything else. Just gather the information, process as best you can. Try to weed out the bull crap and the propaganda. And that's tough to read through. There's so much propaganda out there now. Thanks to Obama, he changed that law while he was in office. It used to be against the law to use propaganda in this country, but Obama changed that. So now we got to sift through all the propaganda, the BS, the biased opinions, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Nick, that's the critical thinking. Yeah, listen to what everybody has to say. Don't not listen. Well, that person's obviously far left or something. Well, I want to hear what they have to say because then I know what they're thinking, what they're up to, and then I can decide that's just way too off point for me, or if it's completely delusional, or maybe they've got a point. Maybe it doesn't matter who it comes from. If it's a valid point, it's a valid point. Um, and there's a lot to get changed, but we're finding out that you know the extreme left, as we'll call it, they are definitely like socialist, Marxist, communist. They're going under, like, they've switched the name to communism and everything so many times. Now they're calling it like democratic socialist, and yeah, a lot of Americans got no interest in that. Well, but we are going to find out sooner than later. Like, it's already, Mindani got voted in, and his first thing was, hey, send me money. I need money. So yeah, Socialism works until you run out of everybody else's money. Then it's just a broken system. And historically, that's the way it works. And it's just going to continue that way. Thomas Simmons, you can't have firearms, you can't have pew-pews out during live chats. And I don't get into that. There's plenty of other firearms channels out there. Um, yeah, man, check out Garant Thumb, all those guys. Check it out. Yeah. But yeah, you most definitely cannot have firearms out during live chats. They shut you down. And then you get put on like probation or whatever for like, a week to 30 days, a week to 60 days. But Thomas, if you're looking for a great EDC, this might be a little off tone. The Beretta 84 FS is a 380 ACP. You can get the version with the double stack mag, 13+1. Yeah. If you're looking for concealed carry, that's my choice. So I'll throw that in there for you. Oh, did I miss something? Yeah, I have the Sergey Sharp 1-inch belt. Which one? Which one is smoke? Yeah, man. None of them. um, yeah, you might want to Google that. Like the nomenclature for that is the M18. Yeah. There's yeah, the Berettas are a champ, man. I'm a huge fan of the 92 FS and the 84 FS. I had the smaller ones, like I can't remember the Tomcat, the Bobcat, something, the 22, the 25, and the 32 ACP. Just yeah, never got. I ended up selling those off, and yeah, the 84 FS and 380 ACP with the double stack is like perfect mid frame all day long. Love it, love it, love it. But if you're looking for something that's more tactical, the tried and true M9, I love it as well. Like, yeah, you can get into the Colt 1911s, classic. I love it too. But yeah, I'm a Beretta fan, like my Italian firearms, Benelli as well. The Benelli M3 Super, love it, love it, love it. Oh, you did? Yeah, I've been looking at the A4, man. Um, yeah, maybe next year, but yeah, the budget is nil as of now, so won't be picking up any more pew pews anytime soon. I just watched the 100,000 handgun live stream yesterday. I'm just a pawn in the game of life. Yeah, aren't we all, man? Yeah, we're all just a pawn in the game of life. We got to pick and choose everything we do. Um, yeah, at least we've been able to do that so far. Now they're taking that privilege away. I promise it will not let you down. I want to buy M16. Can you please deliver M16 to it? Sam, what is wrong with you? Like, yeah, just you want us to deliver one to Afghanistan, dude? They left like 2 million of them there. Like good old Beijing Biden left like billions of dollars of equipment. Just walk around. You probably get one for like $10 or I don't know what Afghani money is, 10 rubles or rupees or whatever the hell it is. Why would we ship something to Afghanistan? You guys got like millions of dollars of equipment there. Make it make sense there, Clyde. Caleb 1776, how you doing, brother man? Welcome to the chat. It's been a minute since I've seen you. I ever handle the Spyderco Temperance? No, Thomas, I haven't yet. The only Spyderco I've ever owned is this one. This is my first Spyderco, and it's awesome for EDC. It is the perfect EDC knife for me. I might try something a little bigger later on down the road, but the Spyderco is of high enough quality. This has been my EDC every day for coming up on a year now. We're pretty positive it's close to a year. I'd have to check and that's not BSing like some of the other guys do, where like, oh, this is the best budget banger of the week, and they show 5 different knives every day. And this is the one folder that I've owned for the better part of a year now, and it is my EDC. It's the one and only like folder that I have. I do have one other one. It's kind of, but anyhow, I digress. This has been my EDC now for coming up on a year. I believe somewhere around the first week of December, so about a month off. And yeah, this is literally what I carry. You can see it in every live I've done for the past year. And that's kind of like my way of saying, yeah, you don't have to be like over consumerism is a thing. You don't need 500 folders. Yeah, I know there's collectors out there, and everybody do their own thing that makes you happy, but don't buy into the you need a different folder for every day of the year, or you should have two folders for every day of the month or something. That just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like over consumerism is a thing. Um, yeah, the Emerson Wave Spider Co. I don't even think I've seen that one yet. Do you carry a multi tool or only a knife? What I EDC is pretty much out here every day. Um, like I said, my folder is the Spyderco Sage 5 CF right here. That is my folder. My current EDC, I just downsized. I was carrying the Leatherman Surge. I find it to be a little bit too big for EDC. So as of 7:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, I will have had the Leatherman Wave Plus for 1 week. But I've had the Surge for like 5, 6 years. Before that, I had a SOG Paratool or something that I carried for like 10 or 12 years. I either carry like a Streamlight single AAA or an Olight i3T, one of those, the i3T2 EOS or something. A Bic lighter with the Exotech fire sleeve, so it's waterproof, it floats, all that good stuff. Really kind of overkill, but we get the point. And then I carry a fixed blade as well. I have like 3 different fixed blades that I EDC. The one I'm carrying today is the Phobos Knives Tier 1 Mini in CPM 154 CM. This is PVD coated orange G10 liners with OD Micarta scales. That is my fixed blade. That is pretty much what I carry, other than my keychain, which is I carry my keys. I always have I've had a P51 can opener on my keychains for the better part of 40 years or so, since I was about 10. Of course, house keys, some other keys, stuff like that. This has got one of those little Streamlight Nano Streams. Not a fan. I'm kind of rebuilding this keychain thing. And I've got this little Night Eyes pry bar thingy on here that I really don't use all that often. But I'm kind of making a new version of this I've been working on with an Olight and an Exotac fire rod and stuff like that. It's a work in progress, so when I finish it up, we'll bring it out. But as far as legit, and I'm not lying to you, EDC, this is it. And I'm usually a card and a wallet and stuff ID right in the pocket. Um, Tim Harsh, no, I don't sell knives or have a brand that I own. I am friends with Eric Hansen over at Phobos Knives. Um, so I tend to, my fixed blades and stuff tend to be Phobos Knives. Eric Hansen is an outstanding dude. So all right, hey, yeah, Neil, thanks for hanging out, man. Get some rest. We'll catch you later, for sure. Plus, the best of all, it came from B&A as a gift. Yeah, Nick, that's the best part, man. And I'm gonna get into some of those stories tonight with my Phobos knives and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the Spider Co. is a gift from B&A, brand new American friend of the channel, friend of mine. But yeah, I actually I didn't have a folder, and he's like, well, we're gonna rectify that, and he sent me this as a gift. So yeah, this was gifted to me by B&A, and yeah, I definitely appreciate the gift. The gift should go to good use, and yeah, so it's been my EDC for, yeah, what, 11 months now. Yeah, yeah, Caleb. Yeah, Brian F makes some good stuff. The only thing with that style of ferro rod is you spend good money on it, and all that time goes into the handle and everything, and then when it's done, you end up throwing it away. That's the only problem I have with stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, Brian F does some great stuff, but I don't know. I try to that's a complicated situation. I like Brian F and everything, and yeah, I'll just throw it out there. There are certain people in the knife community that despise me. Wrongfully so, but hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And that's why, like Caleb, you haven't seen me at your live chat anymore. Not because I don't like what you're doing, it's because I feel as if I'm there and I'm commenting, then they're going to hold it against you. And there's a lot of that going on. The knife tube, the EDC community, who wants to police everybody else, needs to police their own shit. And that's why I don't go to live chats anymore, is because I've like, they don't like the fact I love pooping on poo poo Chinese knives. And hey, if you're shilling for China and you don't mind dropping China's links and all that stuff, like, here's my affiliate link, I'm going to make 3% while China's making the rest. They don't like that stuff. Also, there's some other things I won't get too into. But that's why I don't go to live chats anymore. And if I found out that some live chats I go to, if they don't like me, then they just ban me from the channel. I show up and say, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're like, next thing I know, like, I've been blocked. And that's a community that I don't like. I'm fed up with. I have nothing to do with them anymore. And their negative crap is affecting other channels, because there's plenty of people out there like me that enjoy that stuff, but because they don't like what I say on my channel, I'm not allowed to be a part of the community. So they're a bunch of, like, they're the YouTube Nazis of YouTube. They're the bad people. There's plenty of my, it's not all of them. It's some of them. It's the EDC world. It's the Bushcraft world. There's a lot of it going on. You have been good to me. I don't give a fuck about the politics. You're always welcome. Yeah, and I appreciate that, Caleb. But yeah, I went into another channel and one of their moderators booted me out, and I actually took screenshots because then they contacted me on Instagram and stuff. But yeah, because they don't like my opinion on certain stuff, then, and it has affected other people. Like, there was one guy who who had to switch out his moderators, because there's moderators out there that will destroy your channel. Like, you think they're your friend and you give them a wrench and stuff like that, to find out that they're just pawns in the little game that's going on out there. And well, you think they're like taking out trolls, they're taking out everybody. They're taking out your subscribers. Anybody without a wrench can be banned. And so they ban people. So I addressed it with somebody, and they took away all the wrenches from everybody because they didn't know who to do it from. And then the knife tube schedule banned them, that like kicked them off the schedule the next day. Nothing was said, nothing was, they didn't know what was going on. He changed what he was doing, and the knife tube schedule didn't like it, and they kicked him off the next day. I'd rather have one Tom versus 100 strangers on my channel, if I had a channel. Nicholas, what's this about taking out trolls? Oh, there's people, trolls, that come in and they just they harass you, and a lot of it's organized trolling. It's usually channels that they'll get a bunch of their buddies together and they're taking out the competition. Some people are like, so, oh, what's the way? It's like, like McDonald's opens up somewhere, then Burger King pops up across the street, and then a Wendy's next to that one, and then a Checkers, and so on and so forth, and it becomes highly competitive. There's people on YouTube that see other YouTube channels the same way, and when you start doing your YouTube channel and you start becoming successful, they don't like you as competition, so they send in the trolls to sabotage your channel. Like, there are some trolls that are just, geeky losers hanging out in mom and dad's basement with nothing to do, and they come in trolling. But then there's organized trolling that goes on. And that's what we're talking about when it comes to that. Nicholas, man, yeah, do all the trolling you want, man. I appreciate trolls. I've made some decent money off of them. So, yeah, troll away, man. And if we get tired of you, we'll just boot you. You know how it works if you're trolling. Yeah, it is. It's like the junior high cafeteria all over again. Like, you can't sit at our lunch table if you're not doing this, that, and the other thing. I'm sure Nick and have noticed I'm not in many chats the last couple months, but I've been getting more sick, and when I'm awake, I come on here to relax and talk to the people that have been here for me. Yeah, yeah, Caleb. Yeah, man. I hope your health does get better. I know you've had some issues going on for a while, but yeah, that's why I really don't go to live chats anymore for that. I'll if you're still doing them on Tuesday night, hey, I'll give it a try this week and swing by. I just don't want my presence to, like, oh, if that dude's here, we're not going to support. I'd rather have you have like 10 people in your live than me. Yeah, you should never feel that way ever. Yeah. Mo Patty's back. How you doing? Yeah, but that's the way it is, and yeah, yeah. There was one guy that came in here, and I was like, cracking a joke about supporting ice. Like I was gonna, instead of having a coffee mug out, I was gonna throw a cup out here full of ice and be like, I support ice, and that would have been cool. And he flipped his wig, and then he started his smear campaign going around about bushcraft this and bushcraft, all because he supports illegal immigration in our country. I guess he wants it to be overrun. But yeah, he didn't like it, so he went around smearing my name, and I went to a live chat, and I've got the receipts to prove it. They sent me messages on Instagram. The owner of that channel about, and he was just rude too. He's a little boy about it. I'm like, all right, well, there's been a few occasions where, yeah, not all communities are like they put on a good. It's like the Muslim crap going on, like, hey, we're religion of peace and blah 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 blah. And then as soon as they're taken over, they're like, no, you can't have bacon, you can't have pork, you can't drink, you can't gamble. We don't like dogs in the street. Your U.S. flag is offensive. That's exactly. But if you're liking and subscribing and clicking and telling them how great their crap is, and I'm definitely going to buy your new Chinese pocket banger. Yeah, they love you. They love you to death until you question them. Um, Getting ready to leave for work. Have a great day. Yeah, Trish, have an awesome day at work. Be safe out there. Yeah, have some fun. Most definitely. Hopefully, we'll see you again tonight. Yeah, exactly, Caleb. Yeah, if that this is America, we're gonna do what we want. But there are people that want to impose their beliefs on you, and just like Islam is doing it, the Muslims are doing it. They're telling us how we should live. You have people on YouTube doing the very same thing, dude. But they don't. They're not Islams. They're not Muslims. They're Americans. I think some of them are socialist communists and stuff now. And I think that's why you're not allowed to talk about politics at all on a lot of these channels, because the truth would have people run away. Um, yeah, Trish, we'll definitely see you Sunday. Have an awesome weekend. Yeah, we'll be starting early Sunday morning as well. 7 a.m. maybe earlier. Who knows? Who's that, Caleb? Do you hate channels like yours that don't keep civilized? You might want to try that. Do you hate channels like yours that don't keep civilized? You might want to work on your English. It's not really. Um, yeah, not sure where going with that. Maybe try rewording that question. Maybe use some punctuation. Was it a statement? Put a period. Was it a question? Put a question mark. Or were you really trying to get it out there? Put an exclamation mark. Punctuation makes all the difference in the world. Yeah, I don't think they should be sent back either, but most of them had 10 plus years to do it the right way. If they don't, that's on them. Oh, yeah, Nicholas, I think they should all be sent back. Number one, if you entered this country illegally, that's a crime. And now that you're in this country, how are you getting a job? You can't. You either have to have a work visa, you have to be a U.S. citizen, you have to show proof of it. In fact, every job I've ever gone to, I have to show, a proof of that. I have to show a social security card, a birth certificate, as well as a state issued ID, that minimum, or a passport. So if they started working in this country, that's a second law they broke. But most of them aren't working. They're just leeching off the system. So yeah, man, I think unless if they're allowed to break three or four laws, then if the U.S. government turned around and gave me a two, three, four get out of jail free passes, because as a citizen I should get the same rights as somebody who came here illegally. Yeah, so if I'm going to get a couple of get out of jail free passes, I can go rob a bank and fix my financial situation, and then just hand over one of those passes like they're doing. That's a different story, but that's not the case, man. They're all here illegally. Not all, but the ones that are here illegally. If you came through the proper port of immigration and stuff like that, then I got no problem with it. Like legal immigration is completely different than illegal immigration. Like you can't even compare the two, and that's what they're trying to do is combine the two. Because when you say there shouldn't be illegal immigration, they'll be like, "Oh, there should be no immigration." It's like, no, no, no. Legal immigration is fine. We have no problem with that. It's the illegal immigration, the criminals that they're bringing in here in mass, for political sway, because if you notice, the sanctuary cities are all blue cities. Then they do the U.S. Census. The census doesn't separate non-citizens from U.S. citizens. It's just one census number. That's how they gain congressional seats. That's how they gain votes with the Electoral College, is based off the census. So they're doing it to manipulate the system. I'll say it clear and loud. If you're here illegally, I don't care how long it's been, whether it's been a week, 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years, I should go and arrest you. They need to build trebuchets along the Mexican border and just start launching them back over. We need to defend our northern border, too. That's where the cartels are bringing stuff in from as well. Yeah, and they most definitely, yeah, voter ID. Like, hey, you hear a lot of people talking about uh, election fraud. That's one of the biggest election frauds out there. And they just did it again in New York City. It was a major contributing factor to Mindami, the Islam Socialist Democratic POS. That's how he won. New York City became a sanctuary city. There's a lot of illegal immigrants there. They don't check ID. In fact, they refuse to check ID. There's plenty of video of it out there already. And that's how they vote these people in. Americans are busy working, most of them. But all these illegals collecting off the system, if they want to keep collecting off the system, they have to go vote. What about the jihad? Or you mean the jihad or the Antifada? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, they're all bragging about it. They're all going to come in and take everything over. They don't need to vote because the way the census is manipulated for congressional. Yeah, Caleb. It's not just the congressional seats. It's also a contributing factor to the electoral college. So yeah, they're like manipulating the system. Like, I find it ironic, man. If you want to buy a beer, you got to show an ID. If you want to buy a pack of smokes, you got to show an ID. If you want to buy a scratch ticket, you got to show an ID. But if you're going to vote for the people that run this country, no ID required. In fact, ID refusal. You can't show it to them. They don't want to see it. There's video of it out there, guys. Oh, John Claus. Yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here a little bit, guys. Yeah, exactly. The more people, the more votes your state gets. Yeah, Caleb, and I know in Mass, yeah, it's bad. And then Mass takes their overflow and they bust them up to New Hampshire. And Massachusetts has been trying to overtake New Hampshire for years. That's why they took our Grenier Airfield in Manchester, New Hampshire, and they started calling it Little Boston or Little Logan. Like, it's not Little Logan. It's definitely not Little Boston. We got different culture up here. But yeah, that's how they. But yeah, they bust them up here all the time. Um, yeah, sorry, dude. No dagger, and none of them are made out of obsidian. Yeah, I was asking, what is the opinion on the rich Jewish elite that gets into U.S. politics? Sam Kelly. Yeah. Get rid of them. Um, Israel serves the United States no purpose whatsoever. They're a parasite on our society. They've been manipulating their money for years, buying out politicians and everything like that. Yeah, and the whole APAC thing, and all 100%, not just one country, but all countries, and all foreign aid until we can fix our $38 trillion in debt, which is probably going to be 40 trillion by the end of next year. Yeah, we need to stop sending hundreds of billions of dollars to every other country. Yeah, and Israel has no right in this country whatsoever. They're a welfare state, quite frankly. If it wasn't for the U.S. propping them up, they would have ceased to exist decades ago. That they're the ones that dupe us into getting involved in all the Middle Eastern crap, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, all that stuff. We don't need to be doing any of that. We've gone trillions of dollars into debt over the Afghanistan thing, which all relates back to Israel. We owe them nothing. Yeah, and they're really showing what a bunch of scumbags they are. Like, pay attention to the recent stuff going on there. The way they treat prisoners, is just ridiculous. And yeah, I'll put my standpoint. And people say like, do you choose Israel or Palestine or whatever? You know, the whole free Palestine. Neither. I don't care. It's none of our business. Um, you got Israel, which is you know they got their thing going on. We won't get too much into that. And then you got Palestine, which is Islam, Hamas. They're Muslim terrorists. Whatever. I don't care. It's not our fight though. If Hamas wants to attack Israel, let them. If Israel wants to attack Hamas, let them. And if people are like, what about the women and children? Well, maybe they should stop doing wars. But for as long as wars have existed, casualties of war is a thing. If you don't want it, don't do it. And the U.S. is just as complacent. Like, did we call Japan and say, hey, we're about to test our nuclear weapons on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Please take all the women and children out of those places? No, we did not. We nuked their asses. Yep. We flew our fucking bombers over there and nuked them. We didn't say take your kids and women and whatever. Maybe they had precious artifacts they could have saved. Who knows? But that's been going on forever, guys. And that's how they weaponize empathy. What about the women and children? Well, stop your wars. Miss Bushcraft, I'm all right. Thank you. How have you been? Nicholas, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, my man. But yeah, so that's the ugly truth of war. And we carpet bombed all kinds of places all over the place through World War II. Look at all the stuff we bombed in Vietnam and stuff. And the list goes on and on and on. Without getting into details, that's part of it. They've weaponized the empathy now, though. And the thing is, oh, what about the women and children of Gaza? Well, stop fighting. Stop the war. Tell Hamas to stop executing people in the streets. Tell Israel to stop shooting people randomly. And the IDF, man, they're not the most moral army in the world. If you catch up on their recent stuff, their treatment of their treatment of current prisoners. Well, let's just say that most of the IDF should be waving around a rainbow flag as well. What about expiring U.S. munitions? They need to go to the military-industrial complex. Can reproduce new munitions. Yeah, they could refurbish them. They could use those munitions for more live fire training for the U.S. military. Yeah, we don't have to send them over there to be launched at somebody else. We could use them for training here, man. We could improve our artillery. We could improve our infantry. Yeah, that stuff could very well be used here. I'm not like others. I believe yeah, I guess. You redacted that mission. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. I was reading a comment and it disappeared. That's part of the game, I guess. Does ice? Okay, yeah, Nick, you're talking to Mrs. Bushcraft. Yeah, no, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Biden. I actually, yeah, I have the George Carlin approach to voting. But yeah, we've been yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes. Yeah. George Carlin was saying the quiet part out loud for years, man. Miss that dude. If I were ever gonna spend good money to listen to somebody talk and tell jokes, it would have been George Carlin. His stuff never gets old. I've rewatched a few things, and yeah, he said the quiet part out loud and made you laugh while he was doing it. But it's the truth. Um, I'm not like others. I believe Russia had a valid reason to defend its borders against Ukraine and the United Nations. Yeah, Tim, you're completely right, man. You were spot on. Do enough research on that, and yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't side with Ukraine or Russia. I'm kind of like, yeah, same thing. Like I was saying, Israel and Palestine, Ukraine and Russia. The little thing going on with Thailand and Cambodia and Pakistan and China. All this, I really don't care. But yeah, you're spot on, dude. Russia was not completely in the wrong in making their decision. There's a lot going on there that you got to dig pretty deep to find out the truth. Um, yeah, and if you want to know how biased our news is, look who owns all of our news. It's kind of disgusting. I'm sorry. Oh, what? George Carlin. Yeah. It's one big club, and we ain't in it. That's pretty much it, man. And that's why I don't know if you were here earlier, Caleb. But yeah, it's really it's not about left versus right. It's about up versus down. It's the 1%, the oligarchs against the people, and it should be the people against the oligarchs. But that's why they keep promoting all this crap because they want us divided and dysfunctional. And that's why I'm trying not to play into the whole, the Kool-Aid colored haired libtards and all this stuff, the demon rats, blah, blah, blah. They've got a pretty messed up view on stuff. But hey, maybe we need to find a way to reconcile that and realize who the true enemy is. Um, Yeah, exactly, Sam Kelly. And they're all bankers' wars, man. If you can follow it back 400 years, it's all bankers' wars. Like, yeah, people went into World War I over it, World War II, the whole 9 yards. It's all bankers' wars, and there's so many lies. Like the common question is the outcome is always written by the winner. The winner decides the truth. The country that was defeated never gets a say in anything. They're just, yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, Jan, and I'm just as disappointed, man. Trump can hashtag suck it. Um, if you just get into I'm going to release the Epstein files. If you vote me in, you'll get the Epstein files. And then when he voted in, it was like people are still talking about that guy. Who is he? And then oh, it was all one big hoax. It's been a hoax for years. It's just something the left came up with. Hey, man, the left and the right, the politicians, they're in bed together. There's no other way to put it. Yeah, Sam, and that's where the tiny hat people come in. Is yeah, the Mossad and the amount of blackmail and stuff that they have that Epstein helped gather. If you look into Jolene Maxwell, her father was like one of the big wigs in the Mossad. Yeah, it all ties together, and I think that's why. Because here's the thing, I think they're all in it. Because if it was just Trump, right, the left would they would have released the Epstein files. Look at the Republicans are in the Epstein files, right? Man, if it was just the left, then Trump, no doubt, he would have, it would have been a meme. It would have been a post every hour. But they're all in on it, and that's why neither side will release it. They're all freaking corrupt. It's them against us. Yeah, we do. We need a good, honest leader that's not bought out. That's not, looking out for his billionaire buddies. And if he's not looking out for his billionaire buddies and he's looking to become one of the billionaires, yeah, we need like solid political leadership. Yeah, worthwhile leadership that's not corrupt or not like Mandani that's gonna push their democratic, socialist, communist, Islam freaking principles and stuff like that. The dude's already talking like he's gonna raise taxes by like 2% in New York City. Well, yeah. But how did the country come together for 9/11, and who was behind it? If the tiny hat people were behind it because they wanted us to fight their enemy over there in the Middle East, then it worked, didn't it? Same thing, like anybody following the Charlie Kirk thing. Like, there's no way that's cut and dry. Like, Tyler Robinson just didn't decide one day, ooh, I'm going to do this and did it. There's a lot more going on behind that. And I've got to do a ton more research on that. But there's so much information getting tossed around. Like, some people are doing it just for clicks and views. And yeah, that's a slippery slope to go down right now. Cold steel tomahawks, yes or no? I don't know, man. It's not as simple, it's not as cut and dry as yes or no because I don't own any. I've never used any, and it would be wrong for me to give you an opinion on something that I've never used, dude. So sorry, dude. Yeah, just do a little search there for cold steel tomahawks, and there's tons of reviews on them out there. I've never used a cold steel tomahawk, not once. So it's not always yes or no. It's the honest answer is, dude, I don't know. Yeah, Mom Dami is going to release the Epstein files. Yeah, you think so? If yeah, that would be something. Ma'am Dami releases the Epstein files. I'm not even sure that he would have access to it, but that would be hysterical. I thoroughly enjoyed Charlie. Seen him 2 times, but it's a crazy, crazy situation. Yeah, I watched his stuff a little bit. He was, really good at conversation, great at debating people. Yeah, and he didn't promote violence or anything like that. So, yeah, they took him out. It's a lot deeper than what we think it is. It's not as, as little Tyler Robinson and his furry little bunny boyfriend. Yeah, they weren't the masterminds behind that, that's for sure. Does your grill fit in the cup on the right? No, the grill does not. No, this is a Pathfinder mug, and yeah, it fits in it, but it's not like a true nesting cup. It's a little loosey goosey. It's the yeah, it fits like the village bicycle. Oh, you shouldn't say that on YouTube, dude. That's inappropriate. Yeah, but hey, while we're talking about stuff like that, the Pathfinder mug does nest perfectly with the Vargo Parabottle. That's a perfect fit. Like it really is a perfect fit. So if you get the Vargo Parabottle, and you can even the cozy. It's cozy, or I always want to call it a koozie, but it's a cozy koozie. The neoprene sleeve that fits over it. When you're not trying to mess around in front of a camera, it does fit rather nicely over it. So yeah, once you're not being an idiot, yeah, that fits right over. So you can put the nesting cup on there, and then the nice part is a neoprene bottom. If you're putting it in a pouch, it kind of like pads the lid, so you can put it in your pouch or whatever you're storing it. One of the downsides about titanium is it rapidly dissipates heat. So having a cozy to maintain that or to keep it cool is yeah, Sam. That was a grail item for me, and that was hooked up by one of the people watching the channel. So yeah, it's a grail item, man, and it is a bit pricey. But when you're when you're an active skydiver, parachute rigger for the better part of 3 decades, you can actually buy the parabottle and not be like a parachutist poser. Yeah, I can definitely get away with that. Caleb, yeah, I'm trying to get work done by Burkles. I just don't have the money to get it done. Yeah, we're just one financial catastrophe after another. So yeah, we're just man. I've got like a bunch of stuff I want to send down to Burkles. In fact, there's stuff I need to get that I want to send down to Burkles. But yeah, Burkles, stand up, dude, man. Oh yeah. Titanium is kind of like it's well, it's a bit lighter than aluminum, stronger than steel, way stronger than steel, and way lighter than aluminum. Um, yeah, it's there's a lot of perks to titanium. Yeah, Caleb, I haven't had a chance to check out any of his knives. I don't know if he's got any pass arounds going on, but I try not to get into too much of the pass arounds because the pass arounds you're just like hemorrhaging shipping charges. Um, yeah, Caleb, if you want, man, yeah, hit me up on Instagram later. We'll talk about it for sure. Or are you talking about sending it to Nick? Um, hey Nick, I'm filthy knife rich too. You know that. Like I guess wealth is like a personal perception, and for me, I am filthy rotten knife rich. I'm a spoiled brat. And I love it, man. Makes me want to sing the Toys R Us kids song. Um, but yeah, I absolutely, yeah, I'm filthy knife rich and I enjoy it. I have like 13, 14 knives now, which is like 10 more than what I usually have. So yeah, we're doing awesome. Yeah, Brandon, I can do all kinds of cool tricks. I can swoop, I can do crew. Yeah, I can do all kinds of cool tricks, man. What kind of cool tricks can you do? Cool, you guys have a good collection, cool collection. I bet. Yeah, Sam, come out tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll have my Phobos knives out. We do like Phobos Friday every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, we'll be doing it, and we have lots of other side conversations. Like when there's new people coming in to check out the knives, we check out the knives, and when the regulars are there, we talk about like all kinds, everything really, anything that comes to mind. Yeah, it's a good thing. And all like unlike my knives have great stories too. We'll get like this one here. This is because this is not a Phobos knife. This is a Spyderco, and yeah, I went a while without a folding knife. And one of the channel, he's a channel member, channel subscriber, brand new American B&A. He's like, well, we'll rectify that, and he sent me this just about a year ago, and this is my EDC folder. You know, it's great. The custom pocket clip. Yeah, it's great. It means the world to me. It really does. I've talked to B&A for, we've known each other for a few years here on YouTube, and we were just talking about life and stuff like that. And yeah, and he sent me some really cool crystals, which I have put away as well. I'll bust those out for tonight. Um, what do you think about Smith and Wesson pocket knives? Dude, I have no clue about Smith and Wesson pocket knives. I haven't owned one. Um, don't discourage them. I love the early morning lives. Getting more and more into the early morning lives too, Nick. Yeah, we're gonna be expanding this channel quite a bit. Especially, I wanted to keep it a little more, YouTube. Like, I don't know, man. I was trying to keep a couple lives a week and expanding on that. But hey, necessity is a mother of creation. With everything changing with Mrs. Bushcraft, and I most definitely need to step up and up my game. So we're going to be trying a lot of new stuff here on the channel. We're going to be increasing the amount of times that we do lives. I'm going to try to put together some of those. What are they called? The long form videos. Um, yeah, we'll be doing quite a bit. Ronnie, why do one of your? Got to finish a sentence, dude. Yeah, no clue where you're going with that. But yeah, we just went over the 2 hour mark. We're going to be live again tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So roughly in 12 hours, we're going to be going live. Mrs. Bushcraft is up. I'm going to go have a second cup of coffee with her. I hope that all of you have an awesome day. I hope to see you again this evening. We will most definitely be here. We'll have some stuff to talk about. Um, but yeah, guys, will definitely be coming up here again tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In fact, I'll set that up in a little bit. And we will see you guys again tonight. Situational awareness all day long. Be safe. Be aware. Everybody have an awesome day, and we'll see you again tonight. Later, all.